Mm. Juice, burgers, milk, burgers, anything, burgers. If you know of a burger place that's open this late, tell me.
Let me take a good look at your movements. Adjusting for wind. Ether vision activate.
Unfortunately, the enemy is too weak. I won't be able to show you my full combat abilities.
You don't strike me as the type of person who'd say something like that. Adjusting for wind. I see now. There's no mistaking it. You really are that Anby. A person's fighting style is a raw response in life and death situations. It can't be easily faked like a resume or some other physical token. You and Soldier 11, the way you fight and use ether, it's nearly identical. Incredible,
We're sisters. Assuming that sisters means replicas from the same blueprint, that is.
So the rumors circulating in the military about Silver Company, they're really true?
How much have you heard?
Only that Silver Company no longer exists. But biologically creating soldiers in mass quantities, how could that even be possible?
From what I know, besides intelligent constructs, everyone is born biologically. Delivered by storks, so they say. So making one isn't much different from making 100.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, my jokes never really hit the mark. Sorry about that.
No, I'm the one who should be saying sorry. I was just astonished. I never thought the military had this level of technology. If they could mass-produce soldiers, then why would they still...
I understand. If If they could use replicas as cannon fodder, then why still risk human lives? That's what you're thinking, right?
I was trying to say it in a more diplomatic way.
It's okay. I won't take offense. Not over this. They'd probably say the reason is because replicas are simply too expensive. While a Silver Company soldier could change the game, it costs nearly as much as training a top-tier general and paying their fees and pension for their family.
Hey.
The real cost isn't in creating the mind or body, but in replicating the subject's unique physical abilities, mental aptitude, and reflexes. And what's even more costly is that, for reasons that were not fully understood when the research was halted, these unique qualities couldn't be fully replicated in mass production. As for the inferior ones, they were deemed as disposable.
Anby, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. But there's always someone who does mean that. There's always someone with an agenda, trying to use us. Maybe that's why Silver Company fell. I won't forgive those people. Any of them. However, the downfall itself isn't entirely a bad thing. With Silver Company gone, their evil technology was lost with it. Or so I thought. Until now.
Silver's revival. So you're saying someone has resurrected that technology? Soldier 11's abduction seems linked to this. I have to admit, your theory has some merit. But as far as I know, all the data from that time was erased. Could it be the Defense Force? Hold on. Something doesn't add up.
What are you thinking about?
If they truly wanted to secretly revive this technology, they wouldn't need to take Soldier 11 at all. I know my squad mate. All it would take is an order from up top, and she'd put herself on the operating table without a peep.
Really? So, that's how she is now.
She's the model example of a loyal soldier. Isn't that how you remember Soldier 11?
No, I never knew a Soldier 11 in the past. Only...
How could this be happening? There shouldn't be so many ethereals here.
I recognize this formation. We once used it to battle ethereals.
What?
It's another legacy of Silver Company. Back then, we had a brilliant sister who excelled in strategy over combat. Let's handle this. The person we're after must be behind it. TWCA Type 3.
Is that the name of that formation?
Roger. Anyway, neutralize. Watch out.
Sniper's Creed. One shot, one kill. Time to pin them down. Recalibrating. Yeah.
This feels familiar. I don't like it.
Now we're not one for nostalgia. I'm starting to understand you more now. Yeah. I'll pierce right through.
Thunder!
The target's weary. Ether vision activate. Yeah.
They're exposed.
Show no mercy.
Evasive maneuver.
Got you covered. Recalibrating.
Copy that.
Quick shot. This bullet will reach its mark. Fire support ready.
Thunder! Eliminating target.
Time to pin them down. The target's weary. Ether vision activate.
An opening.
Anby, what is that?
That's the old Silver Squad uniform.
I see. Let's give chase.
As expected of Captain, her skills, they're still as sharp as ever. Truly remarkable. I feel honored just being her defect. Silver Squad can't be without its captain. Ouch. Give me some meds, eh? You're the worst of any defect! I know you can't talk, but is there something wrong with your nerves, too? Be gentle! Seriously, I have fewer and fewer parts of my original body, and yet I feel more and more pain. I'm curious why that is. But you wouldn't understand such a complex question, would you? Because you're an idiot.
Hey.
Enough. Stop making that miserable noise. Now, about our subject. She's still alive, right? There you are. So, they call you Soldier 11 now, right? What a hideous name. But looking at you now, you do have a pretty face. Pretty and pitiful. This face is the only thing we have left in common. Aside from that, I'm nothing like you. I've lost all my limbs. I'm no longer a complete member of Silver Squad. And I need a complete body for the experiment. Which is why I need you.
Oh, God.
What? You're asking me what happened? But you should know what happened that day. It was the day you weren't there. Captain Anby traded herself for you. Even with her incredible strength, she could only save one of us. But why did it have to be you? Why not me? Why not Twiggy? Tell me why! They were all dead. Heaps and heaps of corpses crushing me. When they found me, my limbs were severely corrupted. I couldn't move. I couldn't fight back. I used to be a soldier, ready to defend this city. But that day, I was... Hey, what do you think you're doing? You startled me. All right, fine. You're just here to remind me, right? They're here to pick up today's shipment. I'll go handle it. After that, I'll come back and tell you the rest of today's story.
It seems Soldier 11 is being held captive here. So what's the plan?
The plan?
Shh. Let's discuss it over there.
Jeez.
This place is cold.
I sensed the frigid air from outside. It carries a strange scent, too.
Oh God! What?
Someone's entering. Are you hidden?
Don't worry. It's dark here, and the machines are pretty noisy. They won't detect me.
Soldier 11, wakey wakey. That's odd. I know I've taken quite a few samples from you and injected some meds, but you'll tough it out, won't you? Won't you? Do you enjoy being pampered? Because you're the youngest sister? Oh, that won't do. Get up and play with me. Good. That's my girl. Now, let's continue our story. Where was I? Ah, yes. About how some kind scavengers found me without limbs. Such kind-hearted folks. They sold me. And unfortunately, my ignorant new owner couldn't see any use for a limbless worm like me. So I was sold off again. I was treated like merchandise on the black market. Sold alongside gangster stuff and modded bamboo. That's when I realized we Silver Company soldiers weren't any different from bamboo. Just made of flesh and blood. The only real distinction is we feel more pain. And that's when I met her. She bought me as a trophy girl. Cut me open and operated on me, checking my internal organs by hand. Anesthesia doesn't work on us. You know that, right? So it hurt. It hurt like hell. Then, out of the blue, she smiled at me. Looking back now, I think she must have noticed something unusual about my body. She told me that she was once a military doctor, but was discharged, and now worked as a rogue doctor. She was familiar with everything about Silver Company, and was willing to help me.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So, I underwent surgery and received mechanical prosthetics. Nothing too fancy. I don't think I'll ever use them for combat, but they serve their purpose, helping me stand and do calculations. My true value lies in my memory. You see, my brain is the only thing that has remained intact. Thus, I remember everything. I remember our home and the time spent with our sisters. I remember that as long as we fought alongside our captain, we were considered the most powerful fighting force. I remember assisting in their research and using my own 2 hands to welcome new sisters into this world. That rogue doctor used her connections to get me some incomplete research data. Using my fragmented memories combined with that data, I was able to piece things together. And now, I've nearly revived the technology of Silver Company.
What?
Fortunately, I've remembered. I've survived and can recall our past. And now, reforming Silver Squad is my mission.
I don't think you should do that.
My home. Our home.
I don't think you should do that.
So, do you like my plan, Captain Anby?
When did you notice me?
My little puppy spotted you a while ago, and I instructed her to raise the alarm. You know, Captain, I'm actually glad you're here. I've been thinking that we need to talk.
Give her back, and then we'll talk.
If you want her, come get her yourself.
Trigger!
Say no more. I've got it. Adjusting for wind. Ether vision activate. That was easy. Sniper's Creed. One shot, one kill.
There it goes.
Quick shot. Adjusting for wind.
Opening.
Time to pin them down.
Thunder!
Show no mercy.
Neutralize.
The target's weary. Ether vision activate.
There it goes. Be gone.
Quick shot. Recalibrating.
That's the Captain Ambi I know. Cleaning your knives with the filthy blood of this scum suits you. Don't give me that, idiot. Now you're worried about whose side I'm on? Our side, of course. I created you so you never saw Captain Ambi in her prime. After everything I've been through, I thought I would have forgotten. But I still remember. So, have you ditched the uniform, Captain?
Twiggy.
I'd keep it as pajamas if I were you. It's nice to reminisce about the days of glory and agony, isn't it?
I never knew you were still alive, Twiggy.
Yeah, I was always the worst at fighting, but I survived. It's only natural for you not to expect that, Captain.
You're not as terrible a fighter as you think. Your sharp mind makes up for it.
Yes, you said something similar before. I'll never forget that. You persuaded them to keep me, and you encouraged me to acknowledge my true value. You're right. I am valuable. I understand that all too well now. Trash may perish easily, but not me. I'm valuable. Precious. There's always someone who sees value in me, just like you did before. Sometimes I wonder, if I were just an ordinary citizen in New Eridu and not part of Silver Squad, maybe I could have become a researcher at the White Star Institute, studying deep topics like 3 forms of etheric manifestation in specific hollows.
Huh?
Sure, I might be sharp, but there are different kinds of smart. Growing up in Silver Squad, I had no street smarts. Competing for profit, seeing through lies, and striving for a better life with limited resources. These I had to learn the hard way, year after year.
You've been through a lot. Is that why you're doing this now?
I don't need a reason. At least not one to convince you. The only person I've needed to convince is my backer.
You know better than anyone. Silver Company was an evil undertaking. That technology should never resurface.
Evil? Are you suggesting that you, I, and our sisters were all evil?
We are evil incarnate.
So, we should all just be destroyed?
No, but we should not continue in our evil.
Oh, I see. That's very enlightening, Captain. We should be eating burgers, watching movies, working a job, and going on dates. Instead of being maimed, sold, tortured, and struggling to survive. You know I care for you, Captain Anby. Whatever you do, I won't hold it against you. But that doesn't mean you can stand here and say these things so lightly to my face.
You know where I am, don't you? You know where I live, what burgers I like, what movies I watch, and who I spend time with. Since you know, you're welcome to visit me anytime, Twiggy. I'm your captain. I'll personally deliver the punishment you deserve, and then seek redemption with you together.
Captain.
We can still make things right before you make a greater mistake. Fortunately, I found you before things got any worse. I have so much to tell you, but maybe another time. For now, we should...
All right, I'm returning your favorite girl. Now we're even, Anby.
Twiggy?
I said we're even. From now on, you can stop acting like a captain and save this foolish talk.
Soldier 11! Wake up, Soldier 11! Anby, she doesn't look good. We need to get out of this hollow ASAP.
I see how it is. Twiggy, I'll be back. I won't just abandon you.
You sicken me. Like I said, just save the foolish talk. I can't stand to hear that kind of mush from someone who looks exactly like me.
It's not mush. And I hope you'll get used to it. Let's go, Trigger.
Hey, go contact you-know-who. Ugh, cut the crap!
Oh my
You
god.
think I don't realize I shouldn't cut the middleman and contact the client directly? But look at the mess we're in. The junk she's brought won't fix this. Our best shot is exploiting Anby's inner weakness. She's let go of her most lethal weapon, her daring and ruthless fighting style. Now she's like a hired gun with a family to feed, focused on surviving to get the paycheck. I can handle her if we exploit that. But I need to keep everything in check, or else all my efforts so far will have been...
You've been diligent, little Twiggy.
Stop calling me that!
As you know, your research is crucial. You're just like me. We're here to foster hope. Our work is the only cause worth fighting for in this world. Of course, I understand. Sometimes, when hope is scarce, certain issues can only be resolved with sheer violence. The stuff I mentioned last time is ready. Send some of your people to retrieve it. It's not exactly new Eridu tech, so use it carefully.
Oh boy. Also, I feel like if this was in Japanese, thing would, like, whatever the text was in Japanese, it would be like different. Considering that sensor bleep.
What is this place? And who am I?
You're awake, Harin.
Great, you're awake. I've been worried about you, Soldier 11.
Soldier 11? Is that my name? It sounds odd and could easily get confused with another number like Soldier 161051. Only a fool would call herself that.
I can see you're doing much better now, but I won't let you talk about yourself like that.
Her memories seem jumbled. The injuries might be more serious than they appear. When a Silver Company replica is severely wounded, their memories are often the first thing to fail. Even me, all those years ago, there was a time when I couldn't remember anything.
Is that so? Then what about your combat skills? Were they affected?
Would the Defense Force abandon her if she couldn't fight anymore? Well, I know we wouldn't do that. Proxy.
Yeah, having one more mouth to feed won't hurt. It's nothing compared to our monthly electricity bill.
Our little black cat needs another playmate. He's already getting bored of us.
We don't.
You know how short-handed we are, right, Charon? Oops, I mean Trigger.
Charon?
There you go, trying to be funny again. Guess that's your unique charm, Manager. Jokes aside, I can't vouch for the Defense Force, but I can promise that Obel Squad won't abandon her.
I see. Well, we know how resilient she is, so we're confident she'll bounce back.
It seems you and Soldier 11 go way back, Anby. Could you share more about her? And maybe how we can help her recover faster? We're here to help. Are you sure it won't be too much trouble for you?
Don't worry. Nicole's caused a lot more trouble for us. Besides, Soldier 11 is our friend too.
I see. In that case, what she needs now is nothing too out of the ordinary. Warmth, comfort, safety, and relaxation. Also, some familiar faces, as well as her favorite foods. Ah, right. I should get her some burgers for an energy boost. I'll be right back.
Actually, she likes spicy stuff.
Burgers aren't exactly Soldier 11's favorite. Oh, they're not? What does she like then?
It seems Trigger already left to get it.
You'll probably find her near Waterfall Soup. By the way, General Chop is concerned about Soldier 11 as well. Be sure to let him know that she's improving.
Yeah, don't worry. She's in good hands with us here.
Oh boy. What was I gonna say? First off, we still don't have that cat. We still don't have that cat. Because that cat is very hard to raise in trust rank because it barely pops up. Second, where did they get Charon from? Where did they get that from? I feel like I'm missing story again. It's also funny that we're just making the cat bit canon. It's like, you haven't recruited the cat. And the game's like, you haven't recruited the cat yet?
I got Soldier 11's favorite spicy noodles from that enthusiastic chef. I couldn't see if the noodles look spicy, but just the steam from the chili peppers alone is making me cry.
So, spicy noodles is her thing. I had no idea.
Well, that's the Soldier 11 I know. She would come to 6th Street whenever she had free time. Maybe she feels more at home here than back in the barracks. She rarely talked about anything other than training, combat, and promotions. But when she did, she'd usually mention super spicy noodles, the video store owners, the arcade, and cats.
Did she ever talk about me?
You might not like the answer. Soldier 11 has never brought you up, but she seems fixated on a certain betrayal. Apparently, someone very important to her that she admired greatly vanished without a trace, leaving her to deal with that awful situation by herself. The person left without so much as an explanation. In the military, such actions are seen as desertion. And eventually, such deserters are marked as KIA by detached and indifferent officers. Does any of that ring a bell?
I have nothing to say. Even if she resents me, she has the right to do so.
That's pretty cold, even for me. May I suggest something?
What's that?
If you want to mend things with Soldier 11, don't say anything like that to her. Trust me, don't.
But that's the truth. I have no excuses for that. I lost my memory when I left the army. Once it returned, I wanted to contact Soldier 11, so I asked Nicole to check on her. Then I learned that she was doing well, that she had joined Obel Squad, and that she's an exemplary soldier who recently got promoted. She had a new captain and new comrades, so I felt her troubled past in Silver Squad might only weigh her down. I had no reason to show up again. Trigger,
What?
tell me, if you were me, you would have made the same call, right?
If I were you... Yes, I might have.
That's what I thought. So, even if she hates me, I deserve it.
But I'm not you, Ambi. That's the point. If I were in your shoes, I would let Soldier 11 know she was never betrayed or abandoned. I'd let her know that her comrades would search to the ends of the earth for her, and that they'd never forget her.
Trigger, you're really amazing.
That's all you have to say?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. It must be nice to have you as a comrade.
I'm not so sure about that. But we have more pressing matters to discuss now. What are you planning to do next?
I'm heading back into the Hollow to put an end to everything with Twiggy. That evil tech must never resurface again. But before that, I want to apologize to Soldier 11.
Apologize? But given the current state of her memory, she might not remember it afterward.
That's the idea.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's the best choice for my cowardly side.
Seems like it's really weighing on your mind. All right, if there's anything I can do, just say the word.
In that case, I need you to prove something to me.
Prove something? Like what?
Prove that you can take good care of Soldier 11. That's the only way I can hand her over to her new comrades without worrying.
Alleviating all your worries might not be a good thing either. But I understand. I'll prove that I can take care of her. Now then, let's head back. After all, we don't want to show up with a bowl of soggy noodles for our patient.
Oh, jeez.